One day, Willie suddenly told me about Brother Kian. Last time I said, I want to show you around our Gothic planet's human replication factory. Norton just texted me that something was wrong. Just about to go there. Shall we go on a tour together? Okay, I agree. Willie immediately puts his hand on his ear. Connect with Norton through the World Wide Web. And soon, Norton and Subtle appeared on Williga's virtual sofa. Norton asked me, "We're going soon. The human replication factory of the Nemesis Ball. Brother Kian, come with us." Yes, go now. Take a while. One of the people in charge of the replication factory is Gabon. He hasn't arrived yet. When he gets to the human replication factory, will send us a message. We'll go then. What does a human replication factory make? Is it a replica of the human body? What material did you copy it from? Subtle says, the human reproduction factory of the National Nemesis Ball. It is our largest and most important factory in the world. It specializes in replicating the body of a living person. Beautiful. Explain to me that you Earthlings want to live forever, always thinking about what elixir to take. But there is no such medicine in the universe at all. We Goks are aging. If not, change the body of a young man. Preserve people's consciousness, so that we Goks can live forever. Forever young. Then, after you change your body, is this person still you? I don't think Willie's words are reliable. Turn to Norton to verify. It definitely is. Norton said the difference between people, mainly ideology. The body is secondary. We Gok see man as made up of two parts. It's part of the human mind. Part of it is the human body. Human consciousness. It's the movement of charged particles in the human brain. It's information at heart. The human body is like, with your computer on Earth, hardware like monitors, hosts, keyboards, mice, recorder tape. Ideas are like computer software and programs, as recorded on tape. When a person gets old, or develop a serious illness, we had a human factory scan this guy's brain. Copy this person's ideological information, expressed by numbers. It's stored in a computer. We're building one. A body without consciousness. The thoughts of the person stored in the computer. Conscious numbers. Installed into his brain. Finally, the original body of this person is treated harmlessly. Is that so? The old body becomes the body of the young. And the ideology remained intact. It's like sleeping. I woke up to find that I had changed from the elderly to the young. And all the memories are intact. When this artificial body gets old, do it again. Do this repeatedly. Our people can live forever. Our Gothic planet's human replication factory. That's what I do. Brother Kian, do you understand? Willie asked me this. Oh, I see. Your people are old or have a serious illness. Just died. Just get a new body. However, the original ideology has been preserved. Right? Yes. This time, Norton puts his hand on his ear. May have received information from the Global Information Network. Yeah, we got Gabon at the replica factory. There we go. Through the Global Movement Network, we arrived at the human replication factory in an instant. The avatar spokesperson of the human replication factory. It's a common male image in the Nemesis Ball. But the body is divided into two halves. But two halves of the body. Everything is synchronized and coordinated. Human replication factory. Chang Jitong can't see the edge at a glance. Above the gate is a huge row of virtual text. Ah, great style. I am very impressed. The replica factory has many doors. This is one of them. Soodle disagrees. The gate is just an aisle. Inside, there are still many huge houses. There are also virtual houses. We got in a convertible. The car is about 2 meters above the ground, drifting silently. The human replication factory is very beautiful. All kinds of strange plants, colorful flowers, many 3D virtual images. There is a virtual wrapping text in front of each house. In front of a house, Norton gets out of the car to meet with Gabon. We continue to visit. We traveled a lot. Can't help but sigh. The human replication factory is just too big. What you see so far is less than 1%. The human replication factory and the underground part. Willie told me so. And we walked around for a long time. Walk into a particularly huge house. There were people walking around, but not many people. Soodle says. Norton is in there. We got out of the float. Went in. Sure enough, I saw Norton and Gabon. Gabon is also about 1 meter tall. The physique looks strong. Gabon is very friendly. Hold my hand. Welcome from Earth. Are you big? Looks powerful. Let me see how much you weigh. Gabon picked me up from behind. Yes, it's heavy. Come. Let me introduce our human replication factory to Brother Kian. Jiapeng worked very hard to introduce to me the various devices and functions in the human replication factory. His body language is very rich. As he spoke, he gestured with various movements and gestures. But I'm not in the mood to listen. Thinking of seeing the last biological research. The huge plump in the institute. Naked, attractive woman body. Later in the underground part of the human replication factory. Finally saw a container full of pale yellow liquid. In rows of containers. Each one has a human body soaked in it. Every human body has a tube attached to the outside. Although there are many. But every human body is about the same height and body shape. It's all about 1 meter. Not like the human body in the Institute of Biology. All kinds of strange. These are spare bodies on our goblin planet. Once someone needs to replace their body. So we're going to pull out a human from here. Jiapeng said to me. You see, they all have a pipe attached to the outside. This is to provide nutrition to the spare human body. And take away the excrement. Why not be like you? Teleportation technology with global motion network. What about providing nutrients to these spare bodies? Jiapeng explained to me. Most of the nutrients and waste. It was done by teleportation technology from Global Sports Network. These tubes are provided as part of the circulatory system. We're going to design a circulatory system. To keep life going. You can't rely on a global network. Provide nutrition and take away excrement. Because of this, may affect the autonomous consciousness of these subjects. These backup bodies act like plants. Ideas are like a blank slate. Do you understand? Why are the backup bodies all the same size? Why not get some really big bodies? Or a very small spare body? One is for the convenience of making spare human bodies. It's like making a product on your planet. They are all the same size. Easy to manufacture. And the quality is more reliable. It can be troublesome to make products of different sizes. Certainly. This is also a traditional habit of our goks. You see this. Species type. It is our long-term repeated research and practice. The result obtained is the best body shape, suitable for the gravitational environment of our goblin planet, and other physics, chemical environment, in human life, sports sex and resistance to disease, etc. This body type is the best. There is another very important reason. We want to prevent the body size from being too different. Large people can harm small people. We Gothic don't have morals and laws to bind people. Sex can be violent. So, Control from the manufacturing source. People are too different. Is the right choice. On the host star of our Nemesis system. Specifications for making a human body. The control is very strict. On other planets near the host star, there are no strict restrictions. People's bodies are very different. There are all kinds of weird bodies. A body as big as your brother Keon invades such a small body. This is on the host star of our Nemesis system. Is absolutely not allowed. Gabon didn't care if Willy was angry. Point your finger at Willy's lower body to demonstrate. Willy jumped away nimbly. Run to me. Hugging my arm. Show a charming look. To change the subject, I asked Willy. You crossed the Nemesis ball. How powerful is this backup human? The answer is millions. A human replication factory like this. How many Nemesis balls do you have? Just one, Gabon. Human replication industry. It's the most important industry on our planet. Not casually. On our Earth. People turn 18. It's the best time of your life. You want to grow a spare human body. Does it take 18 years? And Norton says, we have a space-time refrigerator. Can speed up time. It won't take so long. Gabon immediately asked Kian J. When you know. What does empty refrigerator mean? This is the last time I visited the Institute of Biology. Already know something. We continue to visit. Suddenly, another question occurred to me. You old busters. To your replication factory. After changing the body of a young man, if the old man's body is not treated, will there be two of me? If handled. How is it handled? If you don't deal with it, it will definitely produce two of mine. Jia Peng's answer is very simple. We are all harmless. I still don't quite understand what harmless treatment is. Just kill you first. Then I'll burn you down. Whoosh. Subtle's upper body was shaking and laughing. Subtle. Store some warm words in your mind. You have too many scary words. Willis condemns Sodel's words. Can you take me as an Earthling? Also replicate a human body. You are from Earth. We don't have this program yet. It takes a long time to develop this program. In addition, although the laws of our country's Nemesis ball do not bind individuals, but for organization and artificial intelligence, there are also various algorithms that have strong constraints. Human replication factories are not allowed. Casually replicate the human body of an alien planet. We are a body factory. It's not a human research facility. If it is a research institution, in some cases, it can be constrained and controlled. It is allowed. Jia Peng answered me clearly. If you can't make a copy of me, I have reason to suspect. There can't be two of me in the universe. The human body you replicate cannot be regarded as the original human body. People have arrived at your replication factory, actually killed by you. Then, burn. Finally, just get someone out. It is said that the replication of the human body was successful. Your words make me angry. Gabon came up and made a gesture to attack me, just about to touch my body. Suddenly, it stopped abruptly. He thought about it. Tell me I have a program. You can experience how the two of me feel. Jia Peng led us into a small room. Opens the virtual screen of the World Wide Web. Jia Peng operated on it for a while. It's a virtual helmet. Suddenly appeared on the table. Jia Peng motioned for me to put it on my head. I put on the helmet as required. Sure enough, an incredible scene appeared. I will appear in the house in a while, standing with Jia Peng and the others and talking. After a while, he suddenly appeared outside the house again. Look at another. I'm standing there talking to them. I removed the virtual helmet. In fact, it's just a comparison. And I told them, It's amazing. I do feel the presence of me. I believe it now. Your replica factory is real and reliable. But I have one question. How did you Gox choose your backup? A backup human from our human replication factory. It comes from nature, but most of it is purely artificial. Once nurtured and mature, will be published on the Global Information Network in a timely manner. My guests usually go through the Global Information Network to discover the body you like, also within the allowable range. Customize your favorite human body. Sometimes they even invite friends. Make a reference for your choice. Jia Peng replied like this. I'm a bit like us earthlings shopping for clothes. But I'm a man now. If I want to choose a female spare body, is this okay? Lorton replied that there is a serious mismatch between body and mind. Would cause great pain. Under normal circumstances, it is not allowed. Human replication factory. It doesn't satisfy people. Although the human replication technology on your planet is not very impressive. But I found a serious problem. If your guests encounter any accident, like falling down a hill and dying, you can't replicate in time. Isn't that still the end? Norton replied. Our concept of death is different from yours. For example, an astronaut on a passing planet. To investigate your Earth. Before departure, consciousness and memory are stored in computers. If this Gok were to perish on Earth, we will quickly put the astronaut's consciousness installed on the spare body. Bring this astronaut back to life. The astronaut was talking to someone else. Will regret to say, the memory of my trip to Earth is dead. We Goks have a backup of consciousness. Dead is just a memory. In other words, part of the conscious information is lost. If it were on our goblin planet, Global Movement Network and Global Information Network will follow everyone at all times, continuously recording everyone's consciousness. Can guarantee everybody ideological information at any time period are intact. Then you replicate the human body on the Nemesis ball. Can you modify a person's consciousness? We have these big biological institutes. The human body wrapped in the Nemesis ball is stronger and stronger from generation to generation. The human body is more beautiful from generation to generation. More reasonable and perfect. We often kidnap people from other planets. Observe their human anatomy. The goal is to make a better backup body, serving our guests. But in the human replication factory, it doesn't change consciousness. We respect human thought and original consciousness. Because this is a factory, except in some biological research institute, have special and reasonable needs, only when it can be controlled and supervised, to partially alter the consciousness of certain individuals. People who are prone to mental distress. Our early inventor factory. Copy when scanning. The human brain is stored in a computer. Because of the ideas in computers, can be easily modified. It had a huge side effect on us. Then we came up with the concept of human primitive root code. In some cases, people's consciousness and memory of numbers. You can restore it to the state you just started recording. So you scan and record a person's thoughts? How long will it take? This is fast. When our technology first started, according to your time on Earth, it takes about 6 or 7 minutes to complete. Don't need a second now. If I customize a human body, before replacing the body, do you want to notify relatives and friends? Otherwise, they might not recognize me. Of course, it's possible. But you just need to inform your friends. We passersby have no relatives. No parents, no siblings. We are getting old. Just change to a younger body. Just keep changing. Our bodies are made by us. Where did you get any relatives? Gabon's words reminded me. Do you need to pay for your goblin ball to replicate the human body? How much will it cost at a time? This doesn't cost money. You Earthlings have money, and money. Soodle with some ridicule. Norton said this is for money. What would someone think if they couldn't come up with the money? This could cause severe social unrest. At least in our country's nemesis. You don't have to pay for human replication. The tour is over. I exclaimed. On our Earth. Immortality has been the dream of Earthlings for thousands of years. In order to achieve human body restoration like a passing planet, I don't know if it will take hundreds or thousands of years. Gabon replied. One is confidence. If you people on Earth have this confidence, and understand that the core of human beings is ideology, and ideology, just the movement of charged particles in the human brain, belong to information. Plus, you Earthlings have mastered human factory scanning technology. It can be done in just a few decades. But here's the thing. You Earthlings need to know what the nature of the field is. Only by grasping the essence of the field. To use this invisible matter in the universe. To go deep into the human brain. Complete recording of people's consciousness information. If something else penetrates deep into the human brain, can damage human brain tissue. It also cannot completely record people's ideological information. The photons you Earthlings possess. Electromagnetic wave ultrasonic X-ray. And these go deep inside the brain. Destroy the human brain. It kills people. People are dead. What else is recorded? In addition to recording people's consciousness information, need a human factory. Put people's consciousness information installed into the brain of a human being being used. Human factory scanning is also required. Nothing else can replace it. The first thing on your planet is to unravel the essence of the alien field. And they developed a manual factory scanning technology. The human factory is under the control of a computer program. Go deep inside the human brain. Scanning records human consciousness. And then, install consciousness into the brain of the person being used. In the process, you need a designer factory scan control software. This one. It's going to take a lot of brilliant mathematicians. Norton said. It is also important to recognize the direction of the problem. Ideological activity. It can disturb the surrounding space. Make the space volatile. This is the fluctuation of space itself. The speed of fluctuations is the speed of light. Recording fluctuations in space, form, and recording the movement patterns of charged particles in the human brain. Just as important, because it records a certain moment. The ideological information of the human brain is not enough. Need to record a certain period of time. Detailed information on the operation of consciousness. In this case, recording the human brain. Forms of fluctuations in the surrounding space. Most important. The body is just a carrier of consciousness. It's secondary. You on Earth believe that the human body is the most important. Consciousness is secondary. So I'm always making a fuss about my body. What drug do you want to invent to keep your body young forever? Want to freeze to preserve human bodies, so as to achieve the purpose of immortality. This is impossible. If you Earthlings go in the wrong direction, impossible to succeed. At this time, Subtle smiled and said that I don't like Brother Keon. Wait for Brother Keon to go back. So to speak. People must think he's a psychopath. Earthlings have a characteristic. Some people are doing things. There's always someone else doing the damage.